The incoming capsule has your next mission. When's the last time you wore a wetsuit? We'll need some time to find the location of Dr. Prism's factory from that robot. In the meantime, you don't get to rest. I looked into your blackout in the mines, and we actually had an agent experience a similar blackout a couple months ago during a deep-sea mission off the coast of New Zealand. I scouted the location and found an underwater lab nearby. Your mission is to infiltrate that lab and see if kinesium is being used. And if it is, well, you know what we do to places with kinesium. Well, this is definitely a Zoraxis lab, but there's not a robot to be seen. I wonder if Dr. Prism even knows about this place. She and Zor are working with kinesium and robots, but there may be more happening with kinesium than we realize. Let's start by getting the power back on.
Poison gas trap activated.
Hey, I'm venting the gas from your room, sorry. Zoraxis onboarding is tough. I was beginning to think my replacement wasn't coming, but Zor said, Ollie, stay here until someone else shows up, and don't let Prism in. And that's what I did. Well, let's get you familiar with the kinesium experiments. Just let me know the encoded experiment name, and I'll get you your supplies.
Did that helpful fellow say Prism isn't allowed in this lab? So Zor is experimenting with kinesium behind her back. Work with Ollie to figure out what's going on down here.
I must admit Dr. Prism's research is quite valuable. Exposing kinesium to extreme heat destabilizes it and causes an explosive result. Prism should have already weaponized this. The prototype requires precise setup to prevent immediate explosion, but I found the right timing. Soon, we won't need Prism at all.
So they were destabilizing kinesium down here, just like you did in the mines. But why? Is that kinesium in that canister? What in the world is Zor doing with it?
I had orders to incinerate the burn materials, which is ironic, but not helpful. I'll send over what's left. I sure am glad you're here. I ran out of food 3 days ago. Even the squid was starting to look tasty.
Zor has taken Prism's admittedly extensive research on kinesium and created something she never could have fathomed. We'll be protected when the time comes. I can't say the same for Prism and the agency. Oops.
They'll be protected? How? And from what? And who? Wait, we know that last one. Your expert manipulation of numbers seems to have activated that machine, and it has a canister of kinesium in it. Let's see how it fits with the rest of the experiments happening here.
Ah, Brim is one of my all-time favorites. Here you go. Oh, I'm glad you're not that Dr. Prism. She seems nice enough, but Zor sure doesn't want her knowing about this place. Ah, you found the shield generator. You can pop that into the device on your left. Oh, I know I don't have anything for that. Wait a minute. There is something labeled Noir over here. I've never seen this before in my life. I'm sending it over. Tell you about the grenade and the vending machine. Just a little security measure. Whew, glad I warned you about that.
I'd stop eating so many of those. Instead of food coloring, they get their alluring hue from pure lead. It's actually kind of impressive how much lead there is. Don't send him a raw fish from the sea. You'll give him a bellyache.
What's this? A fish? A cooked fish? I can eat this right out of the briefcase. Listen, you seem better than any Zerexis employee I've ever met. Let me know what you need and I'll send it over.
Poison gas trap activated.
Hey, I'm venting the gas in your room, sorry. Zerexis onboarding is tough. I was beginning to think my replacement wasn't coming, but Zor said, Ollie, stay here until someone else shows up, and don't let Prism in. And that's what I did. Well, let's get... Ah, you found the shield generator. You can pop that into the device on your left.
Work with Ollie to figure out what's going on down here.
Oh, I need to tell you about the grenade and the vending machine. Just a little security measure. Whew, glad I warned you about that. A limited edition red Kinesi Yum Bar. It's so rare. Listen, you seem better than any Zerexis employee I've ever met. Let me know what you need and I'll send it over. Ah, Brim is one of my all-time favorites. Here you go. Oh, I'm glad you're not that Dr. Prism. She seems nice enough, but Zor sure doesn't want her knowing about this place.
You've activated some sort of shield around the lab. But a shield against what? Let's try another experiment. Your expert manipulation of numbers seems to have...
Ah, I had orders to incinerate the burn materials, which is ironic, but not helpful. I'll send over what's left. Just moved the Kaboom experiments to a new location. I hope Zor is planning on using this experiment to help people. I signed on to Zeraxis to do some good in the world. Anyway, you can still test the prototype with this punch card. Oh, it's easier for me to fill the briefcase if you empty it first. That's better. Let me take a look. Oh, I know I don't have anything for that. Wait a minute. There is something labeled Noir over here. I've never seen this before in my life. I'm sending it over.
That was Zor, and it was addressed to you. What did Zor mean about it?
If you're listening to this and you survived our last meeting, I knew you would. But I'm afraid I'm already left concerned. However, I've given you the key to my greatest experiment, just so you can observe how powerless you really are. See for yourself. And now whatever end you meet, I have something far worse planned for Prism.
That is a lot of kinesium. What is Zor planning with all that kinesium that Dr. Prism couldn't know about? Destabilized kinesium is causing a chain reaction. See if that chain can reach that big one in the back. Chain reaction of destabilized kinesium, which explains why the kinesium in your head reacted in the mines. Dr. Prism would never in a million years want to destroy the... Wait, did you hear that? Probably just the wind. Underwater wind. Yes, anyway, grab the... No, there it is again.
That last blast alerted Zor's lab security. Stay calm. Maybe she won't see you. Okay, she saw you. I have no further recommendations.
Agent, I have zero experience dealing with giant security squids, but you're safe in the lab. It can't get you in there. It can't get you in there. Nowhere is safe. An overloaded power generator causing fires in an underwater lab. This squid truly has a cruel sense of irony.
She's being controlled. It's not her fault.
Well done. The squid's turned its murderous attention to the pipes. There has to be a way to scare it off. Kinesium charges. If I know anything about giant squids, and I don't, that explosion should do the trick.
A nice shot, but those charges just make her angry. Nothing will stop her as long as she's under Zor's control.
Good use of a door. And you broke a shackle off that tentacle. It has more tentacles than I can count. And look, another shackle.
That's not a bad idea. Activating transport lid now.
That did it. Ha! Good work, Agent. And good riddance.
Oh, I miss her. But I'm glad she's free now. And hey, she activated the emergency protocol, which means my escape pod is open. After all this time, I can finally leave. I can't thank you enough.
Welcome to our state-of-the-art Zoraxis escape pod.
Oh, this pod seems very safe. Take it easy, whoever you are, and thanks again. I hope I see you again someday.
Well, another successful mission where we both stayed very composed and professional the entire time. I think we deserve a... Good God, the giant squid is back!
Structural integrity failing. If this is an emergency, please stay calm. Window breach detected. 10, 9,
I'm putting on my wetsuit, Agent. I'm coming.
7,
I'll save you.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Window breach.
Hold your breath, Agent. If your lungs fill with water, you die. That was the last shackle. Have you finally freed it from Zor's mind control? And I was halfway into my wetsuit, I swear. I'm sending someone to pick you up. Better grab that shield generator. I have a feeling you're going to need to protect that kinesium in your head. It's clear Zor has been working with destabilized kinesium behind Prism's back. But to what end? We'll look into that shield generator you took and see if we can make it work for us. I hope Ollie made it out, and I hope that squid left, never to return. I hope a lot of things. I'm sure of it now. Those phantom metals are being placed intentionally in your mission locations. I wonder if the agency has a leak. The next mission is on the way. Extra layers